Hey everyone, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer, and a twin flame. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for being here. I'm here with a message um, with the current energies and what's going on with the divine masculine. And I don't know if I've said this before in my other videos, but I'm a straight channel, so I do not use tools when I channel messages. They just come to me so that I can share this information and help people and let people know what's going on at this time. So let's go with this message. A lot has been going on this week. We went through a new moon, and for a lot of you and a lot of people, it felt more like a full moon. Usually, on the full moon, it's time to release what no longer serves us in order to make space to receive new energies on the new moon. But this one felt a little bit upside down. So if you've been feeling upside down, that's why the energies were so strong. A lot has been going on. In regards to the divine masculine, and I'm referring to the energy, they have been going through a lot of things, a lot of release. They are currently going through mother healing, so it's right in line with the sequence of my past videos because not too long ago they were doing father healing and now mother healing. So that refers more to the feminine aspect of their lives, embracing the feminine part in themselves, embracing their emotional body, embracing the fact that they are allowed to feel their emotions, to share their emotions, to embrace them, as opposed to before where a lot of divine masculine, a lot of male have been brought up into suppressing those emotions, into not showing them because they had to be strong. Now this no longer stands. They're shown and guided into feeling these emotions. So it's a bit rough for some people because it's completely new to them. For a lot of male, they have just blocked their heart all their lives. They just didn't know how to connect to it. And that stands for females as well. It's just that in general, that's how it is. But some females are like that. So they are now getting more in touch with their hearts. So understanding how they work, understanding emotions instead of putting them aside, instead of pretending that they're not there, instead of playing superhero, because I know a lot of people like to pretend that they're superhero and then they break and they don't understand why, or they go through some hardships like breakups, divorce, because they've been with the wrong person, because they didn't listen to their heart. The whole point of being on earth at this time is to lead a heart-based life, to lead from the heart and not from the mind. Of course, through some activities or careers, you need to lead from the mind, but um, leading with the heart is the only way to go on a day-to-day basis, especially in regards to relationships, to friends, to how you treat people. So even though you lead from the mind in your career, you still have to lead from your heart for when it comes to, I don't know, dealing with your customers, dealing with your employees, dealing with people. Dealing with people, it has to come from the heart. The universe responds to the heart vibrations and energies. The universe doesn't respond to energies coming from the mind or vibrations coming from the mind because they are totally two different type of vibrations. And the divine masculine is currently learning all of that, which is awesome news because if the father healing has been done and now they're doing the mother healing, it means that balance is like pretty close. Um, of course, if you're the awakened twin right now working on yourself, what you should be doing or what you should be looking into is being in balance within yourself. to reach that point where you're in balance almost all of the time. What that means is that not being triggered by your ego, making these decisions from your heart, from your heart, leading from your heart, always checking in your heart to see what's going on, to see what needs attention or healing, instead of acting from your ego. If you are triggered at this time, that's because your ego is still very present. Your ego will always be present because we were born with it. The difference is you're able to recognize it and not act upon it. Just go back to your heart and act from your heart instead of being triggered and acting from your ego. That always ends up in situations that you don't necessarily want to manifest. I'm not saying that you can't manifest from your ego. You can, but it's going to be a fly-by-night. It's going to be a short-term thing. It's going to look very beautiful in the beginning, but it's going to end in a disaster. As opposed to manifesting from the heart, which may take just a little bit more time, but you will manifest the real divine thing. You will manifest your destiny. You will manifest your true divinity and what you're meant to be manifesting. Because the universe only responds to that for the highest good of all, yours included. So, the divine masculine is accepting their feminine energies. That means that they're coming more into balance. A lot of the divine masculine twins have completely surrendered. They've just passed a short phase of being totally lost in their life, not knowing what was happening, not knowing what to do next, not knowing what was going on. And they now finally surrendered. And they finally accepted to just go with the flow, to listen what the universe is trying to show them and to just move forward. And that goes for the divine masculine, the collective. As for the divine feminine collective, I know that a lot of them have been triggered this week. It means that there's more work to be done. If you haven't, well, good on you. You've reached a very good state of balance for this time around or for a long time. It depends where you're at in your journey. If you've been triggered, it means that perhaps you had something to heal in regards to the mother healing. And that applies for the current life, but also for past lives. So if you've been through trauma in a past life in regards to being a mother, in regards to your mother, well, perhaps you had some healing to do on this. It doesn't only apply to this life. That goes for the divine masculine as well. They had to heal the relationship that they had with their mother in this lifetime. For example, all those times that the mother wasn't able to support them emotionally, wasn't able to validate them emotionally, when the father was saying stuff like, boys don't cry, pick yourself up and be a man. Well, the mother, if she wasn't present to support or validate that it's okay to feel emotions, that's what they've been healing. It might be conscious on their part or unconscious on their part. It depends. The important thing is that the healing is being done and that the surrendering is being done. So if you're feeling all of this and you're having a hard time, remember that you need to surrender too, because there's this divine flow of time, divine timing, divine flow of energies that support everyone on their own journey. And if you're fighting against that, well, you're going against the wave. You're not going to win. If you're fighting with it, meaning that you're able to hop on it and just take advantage of being supported, take advantage of this strength of energy to bring you to your next step. It's not an easy thing to do. And I know what I'm talking about because I used to be very headstrong before. Years ago, I was very headstrong because that's the way I was raised. Because as a kid, my parents didn't acknowledge my gifts. They didn't acknowledge that I was a sensitive kid. They just, taught me that I needed to be strong and decide from my mind what I needed to do. And it's growing up that I decided that it wasn't for me, it wasn't serving me at all. It was hurting me more than anything else. And that's where I got into spirituality. I started my healing, my awakening, and later on awakened to being a twin flame. So just surfing with the wave is the best thing to do at this time, allowing the healing to take place, allowing divine timing to take place, and allowing just divine magic to happen in your life, because things can turn around very quickly. Also, one good thing to do is to send compassion to your twin, to be in compassion with your twin for what they're going through and what they're achieving right now. They're going through some hardcore healing. You've been through it, fine. Now it's their turn, and you're still not done. So, I mean, being in compassion is good for them, good for you. Sending unconditional love, as always, and just listening to your guidance. The archangels are very present at this time to guide everyone who will ask. You need to ask, and they will provide. Another thing that is good to do also at this time is to look within what you need to be healing and working on. Because if you get triggered, it means that you need to go look inside and see what's going on and heal it, clear it. And not projecting on your twin. I know it's hard. I know it's really hard. I've done that in the past. I've done the projection thing on my twin, saying, oh, he's resisting. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. But remember how you were in the beginning. Remember how you were before being awakened as a twin flame. Remember the first few days, how it was. I know I've resisted. I've resisted for a little bit at the beginning of my journey. And I have to understand that we have to understand that they are going through this now. So that's why the compassion is really important at this time. Very, very, very important. Actually, other than that, meditation, keeping your energy clear, that's always a good one. If you feel like you're hyperactive, because that has been happening a lot this week too, I've seen this with a lot of my clients. If you feel that you have too much energy, well, burning it off is the right thing to do, whichever way you want. Sports is a good one, and any kind of sport, just get it out. Just get it out so you can become more in balance, because we have been shedding a lot. We are also walking towards the fall equinox, which is today, I think, the 22nd. Yeah. So things should be changing. I have no information on what's coming up. I think they don't want to put anything out there right now because there is still a lot of work to be done. So knowing what the future holds at this time might not be the best idea, as we need to keep doing the work. And as we do the work, personal guidance will be delivered to everyone. Is it time to reach out to your twin? Perhaps it is. I know that this week was a good window to reach out for your twin. If you haven't been in contact for a while, it was a good window, but it doesn't mean if you didn't do it, don't freak out. It's okay. Maybe it wasn't applying to you. If you did not get that guidance, you didn't. That's fine. You will get it in your own time. Let me see what else they want me to talk about. Yes. Another thing that's coming up is the twin flame teachers, and it's just a warning that they want me to put out there. And I've said that a few times before, and I'm saying it again. Be aware of what you watch on YouTube, or who you watch on YouTube, and what you read and who you read, and who reads for you as well, because that applies to psychics as well and twin flame teachers. I have seen a lot of new channels on YouTube right now, and still, I'm not referring only to the new channels, I'm referring to all twin flame channels, not every teacher who claims to be a teacher is a twin flame. So be aware of that, because only a twin flame really knows about the twin flame path. If you're a twin flame and you watch someone and you don't resonate because you find that there's something wrong, either with what they're saying or just the vibe that they put out, that's a really, really good sign that they may not be a twin. For me, it's really easy to see or to feel. Just hearing the voices is not for me, or just hearing the name is enough for me to know if they're a twin or not. But you may not be like that. So if you're watching someone and you do not resonate at all, or you feel like they have all the info right, but something is still wrong, that's a very good sign that they're not a twin. They're just not. They're just repeating information that they've heard out there. They might be doing readings. They might be like a straight channel. They could be a psychic, and it doesn't mean that they're a bad psychic. They could be an excellent psychic, but they're not a twin flame. So a non-twin flame cannot teach a twin flame. So just be aware of that. They really wanted me to talk about this. They're still putting pressure on this, so let me just see. Yeah, they're just saying that a lot of people are pretending to be twins when they're not, and I'm not pointing fingers whatsoever. I'm just, because I've noticed it myself, and I see it sometimes in my clients, that they talk about what happened in the past, and perhaps the person that they reached out to was not a twin. And I've seen a few videos this week, and I was looking at that saying, the info is right, but this person is not a twin. It's just not a twin. So I don't know what they're talking about exactly. I don't know what they're doing there, but they're not a twin, and they're claiming to be a twin flame. So just be careful, because I don't know if I've explained this before. The twin flame energy, the energy that is created by the two twins, is a third energy. There's the female energy, masculine energy, and then the twin flame energy. That twin flame energy is such a high vibration. Not everybody can connect to this. If you're not a twin, you can't have access to this energy. It is protected. It is sacred. It's none of your business if you're not a twin flame, basically. If you are, you feel that energy. You're able to tap into it, and you're allowed, because it's your own. And if you're a psychic and you're in twin flame, on top of being a psychic, well, you're able to read for other twin flames. If you're psychic, but you're not a twin, you'll be able to read for twin flames, but you're not going to get the right information. It's going to be filtered out. That's what they do. They just keep the information away. So they're going to see stuff. They're going to be able to make predictions that may come true, may not be true as well, but it's not going to be the real twin flame information that they're reading from the Akasha. That's the important lesson here, is that energy is only reserved for twin flames. It happened to me before in the past, a few years ago. I was exchanging readings with some people, and I was read by non-twin flame psychics, and they delivered like completely different information. But I knew what was going on, so I understood very quickly what was that about, and I was guided after that to to just start talking about this, to just help people out there, because I know a lot of people have reached out to psychics and they weren't happy with the results. They didn't feel supported. They didn't feel that the reading was, or the person wasn't connecting. Well, that's the reason. It's because they're not a twin flame, because a real twin flame should be able to tell you what's going on on the other side of the veil, behind the scene, and just deliver the information according to your own journey, where you're at in your process, and should be able to deliver guidance on what to do next to move forward and to help on this path, because we all know it is a very hard path. So reaching out to someone just to get some support, just to talk about it, is very good, actually. It supports the entire healing process. Let me check. They're talking about protection, so protecting yourself, your energy with Archangel Michael is saying blue energy, so protecting yourself with the blue energy of Archangel Michael about every 12 hours, adding the words protecting my full manifest. You can do that using your intentions, just saying I apply or I ask for the blue energy to protect my full manifest. Doing that morning and night is suggested to keep you protected from any interference, negativity, or ill intentions. Other than that, let me see. Because they're pointing out fall equinox, so something is coming up. I don't know what it is yet, but they're just showing me the shift of energy that's coming up. I just cannot see or feel what these energies are, but a completely different feeling, a big shift. So we'll see. So I'll probably come back soon with a new channel message on this. In the meantime, thank you for being here. And if you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so on my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings, or using my email indigogirl555@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Ciao.